Who are you?
Boy,
What boy?
Alamein.
Alamein.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm your dad.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit, man. You know what it is, bro. I'm Hello Marcus. I'm here with the Usos right here. We got Lance, Balinesian Father Tongo, and we got a special guest today. We got a special guest in here today for the Starter Kit, man. Shout out to the Uso, Forrest Daldalau, also part of the Balinesian podcast. Yee!
Yeah, my mom said I'm special, so it's true.
Yeah. Hey, you have a lot of potential, bruh.
I don't know if I
Nice.
Yeah,
bruh. Yeah.
It's funny that they tell him that as he's using the buffer in the school after
You know what
school.
bro, what? You know, it's like, oh man, I just love how it keeps coming up. But yeah, we'll get to that, bro. So for today, episode 5 of the Starter Kit, we decided to watch a classic. It's a classic to me, bro. It is a certified cult classic to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it put the Uso on the map as far as, you know, future work with Thor, you know what I'm saying? All of that. The movie that we're touching on today is called Boy. It came out in 2010, written and directed by the homie, the Uso. Come on the show, Taika Waititi. You know what I mean? Great dude. Dude, this movie is awesome, man. Boy is played by young kid James Rolleston. I don't know, like, I mean, I was talking to one of the homies, and she was saying that, like, if this movie had come out in a different time, like, imagine all the work that these actors would get, because I think the only one really working is Taika and James Rolleston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey,
what is James Rolleston in?
I didn't even look it up, bro. He's still working now. He's a working actor. Yeah, he's done a couple I think TV shows and shit. I was looking on his IMDb page. So
you know who else was pretty good though? His cousin, the girl. She was pretty funny too.
Dude, what?
Oh my god,
Dynasty, dude, she was great, bro.
Yeah. Wait, no, Dynasty is like the girl he's like, Dallas's sister, one of his friends, right?
Yeah.
The girl at home, the cousin, Kelly.
Oh yeah, okay, Kelly. Yeah, she's fucking hilarious too.
She's funny.
Oh god, another one.
She had the one. Yeah,
it's not really a gang. It's only 3 of them.
Hey.
She kills it every scene that she's in.
Bro, what? You know? So we know how it goes right here. You know. Oh man, we forgot to mention Rachel House, dude. I was thinking, is Rachel House becoming like a New Zealand icon now, bruh?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And is she in Star Wars? Wait,
I don't know.
No, it might have been like some other movie. Like, I feel like she's in a space franchise too. She's all over the place. Yeah, and she's pretty much mainstream too.
Yeah, bro, she's working.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yep. Rachel House playing Auntie Gracie. You know, now she's like a bigger name now too. She played Moana's grandmother. She was in Next Goal Win. She was Tavita's wife. And I think she's in a lot.
So many roles. Even in this movie, so many roles.
Yeah, literally, man. You have all the jobs. You can't find a job. You have them all.
You have them all. Tennis instructor, freaking post mail driver, the store owner, the school bus driver.
Bro, what the feezy, bro? She was
Gracie.
awesome, bro. And the 6-year-old, his boy's 6-year-old brother, Te Aho Eketone-Whitu, bro. I get the hell out of his name, bro.
Shout out to Rocky.
Yeah, bro.
The powers.
Yeah. Dude, oh man, it's so sad. Oh, this movie is so sad, bro. I just want to keep talking about it and singing his praises, but yeah, bro. So, you know, Boy, this is your first time watching it too, right, Lance?
This is my first. I feel like I've definitely watched his classroom introduction a few times, but I never got through the whole movie. I went through the whole thing. It's such like a funny, gut punching, like emotionally grabbing, but also like exasperating watch to see it over and over again. These cycles of like romanticization and realization and coming to grips with stuff. But yeah, I love this movie. I want to the plot. If you haven't yet seen Boy. Set on the east coast of Aotearoa in 1984, an 11-year-old child and devout Michael Jackson fan gets a chance to know his absentee criminal father who has returned to find a bag of money he buried years ago.
Oh, Alamein. Oh, we also forgot to mention Boy's father is played by none other than Taika Waititi himself, who also does a great job. You know what I'm saying? He made me want to choke the shit out of him, bro. It's pissing me off, man.
It's not Alamein, man. It's Shogun.
Shogun. Yeah, that's right. You know, Shogun, like master.
Shogun.
The samurai master. All right, hey, four. So when you saw it, you said in 2017 or before 2017, you was in Samoa?
Yeah, in Samoa.
How'd you hear about it, bro?
Just like anything else, Noah and Junior, who are like my brothers, younger though, anything cool, they would like come to the house and be, bro, you ever watch Boy before? I was like, the fuck is Boy? Like,
why you want to watch Boy?
Right, like I don't want to sit around watching Boys. What's wrong with you? Nah, I don't know where they watched it, but they came home, told me about it, and at the time I was working at ASPA, and that was like the hub for, without incriminating myself, that was the hub for like pirated movies. I had all the bandwidth.
We found him.
I had all the bandwidth I could ever want in the world there. So yeah, you told me a movie, I could find it. I downloaded it, and then I watched it. I know it's cool also because the first time they told me, they were telling me that it was a movie from New Zealand, like, you know, Pasefika movie. So that alone made it a big appeal to me. So yeah, shout out to Junior and Noah.
Yeah, that's hard, man. I don't know where the Uso Caleb like found the movie, but I'm glad he did because this movie is awesome.
Yep.
It's freaking awesome.
Shout out to the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit for giving me to watch the movie.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? We out here, man. You know what it is. The Pasefika Movie Starter Kit, all with the Polyticket Network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Housing way back Wednesday with the Uso right here at SFM, and also the Polyticket podcast with me and the Uso SFM. You know what it is. I keep repeating that phrase because it's awesome. Yeah. So all right. So we can just get into the scene by scene, bro. Bring it down for us, man.
We are opening into different shots of New Zealand countryside. Beautiful beach. We got different parts of this village or town that we're growing up in. Boy pops up on the screen and it's like he's talking to you and he's like, "Hi, I'm Boy and welcome to my interesting life." And he goes on to tell about his family, his friends, his town. He introduces everybody right up front of the movie. His brother, the 5 other children that are living at his house. And there's lots of Michael Jackson references and cut-tos. Big Michael Jackson fan this kid is.
Yeah. Like it takes place, like it already takes place just a month after Thriller dropped. And we all know the history of Thriller. Thriller's freaking huge, bro.
Yeah. So 1984.
1984. So,
after the Grammys, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. He did those moves at the Grammys.
So bad. We go on in this presentation to learn about Alamein, a scuba diver, deep sea scuba diver, captain of the rugby team, strongest man. He's got the record for punching most people out with one hand, and he's currently away right now. But he's great superhero father. And also a Michael Jackson fan, and he's got the Michael Jackson moves his dad does. And Boy is up there speaking, and he's giving a great presentation. He just explains everything and sets up the movie for us. Yeah. Was there anything in that scene that you guys were super interested in or liked how it was presented?
Yeah, I like the framing, like you were saying, how he talks about it's like a class presentation, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a great start to the movie and stuff, and then it shows like glimpses of how he sees his father, which is you know what I'm saying? It's just all in his imagination. Yeah, bro. No, I already like how it's set up from the beginning, bro. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be awesome, just the way it's filmed. Like just that opening with him in the presentation. So I was like, oh, bruh. You can already tell.
He's got that like delivery, like I guess it's like a New Zealand delivery. It's like offbeat, it's a little deadpan and stuff, but super excited. You could see the joy, especially when he was talking about his father and the cool stuff. His dad's going to come back. He's going to take me to see Michael Jackson live.
Yeah.
Forrest, how do you think that whole presentation and stuff sets up the movie for you?
Yeah, that's cool because, I mean, isn't there a time in your life? I mean, even if you hate your dad now, but there's at least one time in your life where you couldn't wait to brag to your friends about your dad and what he did one day. And of course, it's going to be exaggerated. When I was a kid, my dad used to tell us about how he got to Samoa. He's from the Philippines. He used to tell us that he was a surfer and that he surfed this forever wave from the Philippines to Samoa. And I used to tell all my friends, and I was like, my dad's the best surfer in the world. He surfed this forever wave. He got to Samoa, saw my mom on the beach, and was like, nope, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, that's hard.
They met on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Man, there's also when he gets back to his seat,
following him. Yeah, like you're seeing what his presentation in class, like it's kind of like how not just how he sees it, but what the kids in the classroom are picturing as he's telling the story. So you get to that's pretty dope. How each scene, if you think about it, could be a different kid in the room picturing what he's telling them. So
okay, Forrest. Okay, bro. I didn't even think of that, bro.
I thought that was all him. Yeah, but that's the way that he's explaining it, the words he's using, the tone he's using. Definitely, that's the picture that's being that could be implanted into some of the kids.
That's why every frame looks different from the other frame. It's not ever the same frame. It's a totally different view of what you're looking at. So I figured it might be like the kid that he's telling, and they all look interested too when he cuts back too. So that was pretty dope. Even like when he's introducing the family, like they're all doing something different. Like the first thing you see when he started introducing the family is one of them suntanning and she flips off the camera, which is his cousin.
Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, that part's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. You got oh no,
Forrest.
Little bit of a freeze.
Hell yeah.
Definitely shout out to cousin Kelly.
Yep.
Over here flipping off the camera. Oh, there he goes.
So in the intro, right? In the intro, when he talks about his friends, right? He talks about his 4 homies. 3 homies?
4, because his best friend is the girl, and then the 3 dudes.
Okay, yeah. So you got Dallas, right?
Yep, his sister Dynasty.
Yep. What was
a big kid named Tiny,
and then his their sister, Dallas and Dynasty's sister, Falcon Crest.
Yeah.
So Dallas.
And see, you know what? Those are such Pasefika names. Like when you're growing up, like people out here be like, they got some weird names, but then. Like, I've known some friends, like, whose parents were, like, really into, like, TV shows or something and have names like Falcon's Crest. Or I literally know someone named, his name is Father's Day. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's from, he's from, where's he? Oh, he's from Motu. And I remember he introduced himself. In college one day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Father's Day." Oh man, I'm an asshole, but I'm cool. We were friends, and he said Father's Day, and I was in the back of the room like, "The fuck?"
Oh no!
Damn, bro, is it like spelled out Father's Day?
Yep, Father's Day.
Oh,
with an apostrophe.
Yeah, right, or like FAH.
With the apostrophe, with the apostrophe.
THURR.
When
man, if my parents send me Falcon's Crest, I'm a badass. I don't care.
Yeah. So they introduce the four friends when he's up there talking, and then it cuts to them hanging out. They're having lunch together. You know what I'm saying? And it shows their school. It shows where they go to school at, and then that's the scene where Chardonnay is walking around, and boy, you see it too. Boy's just like, look at me. Look at me.
Just staring at her.
Yeah. Stop creeping people out, boy. I mean, that shit was hilarious. So, that's what leads to the famous scene. Chardonnay, the one that sticks out the most to me, bro. And when you was telling me that you were cringing hard at that scene, Lance. Why are you cringing at that scene,
Oh, my gosh. Dallas leans over and he's like, you've got to do something. And boy stands up and he's like, hey, Chardonnay. You want to see my Michael Jackson dance moves? And I was like, oh, this is your time to shine, boy. Yeah. You're up there. You gave a great presentation. Now it's time to kill it with all the Michael Jackson. You're a big Michael Jackson fan. Show me something. Yeah. He hits the worst, crunchiest, slowest, gluey foot moonwalk I've ever seen in my life. It's just stepping backwards, and even the steps aren't full steps. They get caught up on the ground. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. We definitely fall short of the expectations that I set in my mind, Yeah. I'm already falling for the trap of, this is so much potential.
See, you've expected too much, bro. You expected too much of boy. You expected way too much of him, man.
I think we all expected to at least see him hit like a leg kick or something.
Oh, man. You should have already noticed what was going to happen when he was in the classroom and he was like, look at me. And then his homie leaned back with the two pencils in his nose and stared at him like, I was like, oh, fuck, no.
Yo, he's not the guy.
No, Dallas was funny.
Dallas is hilarious. What are you? I'm a Maori Smurf. Just like, whatever.
What are you supposed to be, Maori Smurf?
But then she walks off. Does she like say anything even when he does those moves? He did those moves at the Grammys.
Yeah.
She just kind of walks by, but that scene also is best part of the movie. One of the best parts of the movie is because that was, how I get the girls too. He said, I always tell the girls I'm scared of undies. Yeah. So when they want me to go away, they show me their undies.
Yeah, bro. And then after he dances, he's just like, hey, Al, boy scared of undies.
To break the awkward silence.
Yeah, bro.
Boy scared of undies. But also pointing out when... Hold up. When the girl, Dallas's sister, Dynasty, I feel like she likes Boy.
That's what I thought too.
I thought, exactly. I thought maybe later in the movie, as kids, they're going to end up, a kid, girlfriend, and boyfriend. But she was just really like his best friend. Like, that was really like, she was down for him. And that's underrated in the movie, is how his homies were like, down for him no matter what, like, because he was a dick sometimes to them, like,
hell yeah, he was a dick to them,
and not even after he had his dad there and he was trying to be one of the crazy horses, but he was kind of a dick before that too, like,
he was a liar, bro. He's just a big liar, just like his dad. That's like one of his biggest flaws is his lying.
They after lunch they go back into the classroom where the teacher is like showing them health class. Nits. We're talking about the plague. We're talking about some dog with some stuff on his face, like all crusty and stuff, which leads to Boy and the bully who's wearing a Michael Jackson zipper jacket.
Yeah. That shit looked like a knockoff, though. That shit looked like trash, though. Like, man, get that shit out of here.
He's bigger than him.
Yo, definitely.
For
but
real.
he says, hey, this is the guy that said earlier, your dad's not in prison, or your dad's not out there. He's in prison with my dad for robbery. Mm-hmm. But now he's talking shit to Boy. He's like, oh, you got nits, or some other kid has AIDS because him and Boy go out together. And like, he's like, shut up. That's actually what your pants look like when you shit yourself on sports day. You remember?
Yeah, he hit him with the one you can't come back from. But
you both fuck up. Teacher tells him to shut up.
You both to detention.
Yeah, and then he
that
puts
teacher was
a
hilarious.
slide of the plague onto the what is it? What is that thing called?
Projector.
Projector. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He puts a thing of the plague on the projector. He's like, "Does anybody know what the plague is?" The bully leans forward. He's like, "That's what your mom had." Oh, fight! We're about to. The boy turns around, throws his desk. He pushes the kid up to the wall. And then he gets dragged off to the principal's office for it. Yeah. And he has to polish the floors for detention after school. Mm-hmm. Mr. Langston comes out.
Yeah. And he went to school. You find out that he went to school with boys
with his dad
and stuff. Yeah. So he's over there buffing the floors. Mr. Langston comes out. He's like, hey, what are you that good old New Zealand shit. Hey, boy,
you okay? You want to talk about it?
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
He said something about my mom. Those are just words. People call me a dumb honky all the time. I don't go and punch them.
Why not?
Mostly because they're students.
Mostly because they're kids.
They're kids.
Yeah, bro. That's
but he's like, he saw that speech that he gave, right? And he said, "Man, you're a great orator, similar to your dad, and you're just like him. You guys have potential."
Yeah. The biggest theme for me in the entire movie right there is that word, and boy realizing it versus Alamein wasting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Ooh, the two sides of the potential, the dichotomy that the son and the father take.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to meet the father very soon. Oh, also in the presentation, his grandma left to a tangi somewhere else. Right. So she's gone for like a week or two while all this is happening. So it's just kids. Yeah. She's gone for the whole movie, and it's just kids. Boy is basically in charge. He feeds everybody, you know. But we'll get to that. After he finishes buffing the floor, he's leaving to go home, and the bully's older brother, Holden, who looks like a freaking Karate Kid villain, he puts Boy up to the outside of the school wall, and he's like, "If you ever mess with my brother again, I'll beat you up," you know? Yeah. So Boy is walking home all pissed off.
Or that Taika Waititi shit where he's just wide shot, he's just walking by himself, and then he tries to do that thing with the rock.
Yeah, trying to fling it.
Yeah, like, damn it!
It's not doing good. We cut to the mom's grave, where younger brother Rocky is talking to mom, showing pictures, the drawings that he did. We get some cool animated crayon drawing shots that I found really good and like expressing what Rocky was feeling. But Boy gets there and he's like, "Oh man, what are you doing here? You're being all weird, hanging out with the grave. You know, why are you just being a weirdo? You're a nuisance, making me come all the way down here." Like, bro, what? You're hanging out with your mom's in a small graveyard, and you notice that one of the graves has all these drawings and colorings on it, like a kid is like there all the time, putting his art and feelings on it. I thought something was cool. When they walked out of that little cemetery area, there were like some bottles of water up on the ledge that they had to wash their hands with. Do you guys know what that's from, or if that's like a ghost thing?
I don't know, man. I was thinking like, is there somebody in charge who has to bring new bottles every day? I don't know. That was crazy. Yeah, like that and that was
small graveyard. It looked like maybe it was like a family graveyard. So, you know, it could be like, something with the family and they have something out there like, you know, wash your hands. I don't know if it's anything I have to do with like washing like a spirit off or anything like that. But I mean, you know, it is dirty in there. You probably go in there and work the graves, clean it up so you can come back out and wash your hands. But it looked like a family graveyard, which is funny too because like it looked like they owned so much land in the movie, like just from the house alone. Like,
right, you know.
nice.
And you know what I mean? They dug up like it looked like they dug up like 2 acres of land when they were digging.
They had a huge field. They had another field, the road that cut through it, a pretty big house, and it was close to like rivers and beaches and stuff.
That's a good point.
They're crossing the bridge back to the house, and Boy is scolding his egg-ass brother, like, it's being so weird.
Yeah. Scrambled egg, poached egg, an egg.
They get home. into the kitchen, and there's cuts of a boy making all the food. They're eating lobster. They're eating lobster dinner?
Yeah, it said crayfish. It was like crayfish again. I was like, bro, what? This is a delicacy.
Yeah, that was the first time. When the first time I was like, "Dad, the little kids complaining about eating lobster."
Yeah,
One's eating the
for real,
shell.
bro. Yeah.
But and then it also shows them like all cleaning up after, like someone's washing the dishes, someone's putting them away,
They
someone's
all have a
drying
job,
them.
yo.
And they're
Randy taught him well for sure.
Yeah.
And Boy's really good at, just making sure everybody continues the system and it keeps going and flowing. We go outside and we meet Leaf, the goat, in his goat pen.
Yeah.
A boy is talking to Leaf and telling him all the stuff while Leaf eats like a bucket of garbage.
More foreshadowing for sure, bro. Because Leaf is eating every goddamn thing.
And he hears the sound of what he thinks is a storm. It's like there's a rumbling, and like some barking in the distance, and he looks off and he's like, a storm's coming.
Yeah.
And
see? That dialogue, bro. Dialogue is so good in this movie, bro. A storm's coming, and then that's when it cuts to the red eyes in Rocky's drawing.
Yeah.
Bro.
3 sets of red eye monsters, black, swirling, growing, getting closer, coming in this car, and we hear this car pull up. We see this car pull up, and there's 3 mates in the front seat.
3 fucking degenerates, bro.
Yeah, you guys reviewed Will Rider. Does that scene not kind of remind you of the scene when the kid's dad is rolling up to see his son, and they're like, "Hey, where's that?" And she's like, "Over there." You know what I mean? Like, even with them, like, he kind of just goes out to meet the car. Like, none of them are hiding. They're just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, well, what if these fools are coming to kill you? And he just walks over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over there, meet my mate. He walks to the car like, bro, don't walk to the car. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Hey, to be fair though, they look less intimidating than the ones in Whale Rider, because those fools in Whale Rider,
that's
look
because
like they were gonna, you know what I'm saying? But still, a car come rumbling into your driveway at night? Hell no.
Alamein's friends were 2 dumbasses, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they look more like stooges.
Yeah.
So we're out there, and Taika Waititi is in the driver's seat on the right side of the car. Yeah. And this confused me because at first I thought he was on the passenger side of the car. And I was like, oh, right. But he's the driver. So he's driving up. He's got his 2 mates on his left. Yeah. And he looks over. He lights a joint and a cigarette. And he looks over. Boy is staring at the driver.
Yeah.
And he looks over at him. He's like, who are you? It's like, Alamein. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm boy.
Oh, what boy?
Yeah, what boy?
Alamein.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. I'm your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's like, what an introduction to your father. Like, yeah, I'm your dad. You're like, okay.
Wow.
You're
my dad.
Super excited, yeah.
Gives him a high five. Super jacked. Rocky is sitting on the steps. Kelly comes out, tells Rocky to come say hi, Egg. So, hi, you Egg. Kelly's like, oh, hey, niece. Kelly's like, oh, another one.
I'm your Uncle Alamein, another one.
Another one. She walks back inside like, this frickin', she can already tell this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Boy asks if they want some tea. And they're like, yeah, a cup of tea would be nice. Then serves them tea in the car.
Yeah. You guys don't want to come inside? Like, why didn't he invite them inside in the beginning?
Yeah, because then right after they serve them the tea, they invite them inside. Yeah. And now we're in the kitchen. The adults and the kids are opposite sides. And Alamein is telling them, like, have you guys seen E.T.? I've seen it 4 times. So great. Such and such. Man, that's such a great point, too. Like, at the beginning, right? They have that text from E.T., right? It says, you could be happy here. We could grow up together, right? So, like, the constant mentioning of E.T., too, I was like, what does this mean? But then, like, I feel like
like E.T., like with that quote, it's like Boy and Alamein, like Boy's basically trying to have Alamein stay with them or leave with them so they can like fucking grow up together, because this fool Alamein's a fucking child too. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Hella childish and shit. I was like, oh yeah, this dialogue, bro. These are great characters, dog.
Dialogue was great. It also set the tone for the time the movie took place. So, like, you know, the references towards Thriller, Michael Jackson, and E.T. set it in, like, late 1980s. Not to mention the clothes, because I'm never going to school with jeans inside of my shorts. The wardrobe, like, I mean, I know, the wardrobe was crazy. Like, just a brother that went to go, like, fight with, like, when he went to go punk Boy. Yeah. When he went to go punk Boy, my man, like you said, he looked like, I don't know what he had the headband on, the jacket to match his headband. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, that's cool that the dialogue, it did all of those things, plus set the tone of the time of the movie. So bro, that was pretty dope.
They're at the kitchen table. The dad is like, go get those presents that I brought for the kids. And the guys are like, what presents? He's like, the stuff in the car. And they bring stuff in, and it's like roller skates. Whoa. A microwave. Cool. Microwave, furry handcuffs. Yeah. Just like some random statues and stuff. Like, this is starting to look like stolen goods. Like just a bunch of random stuff from other people that he's pawning off as gifts. Dad is in the kids' room putting them to bed. He's got a sparkler spelling out all these, trying to be cool and stuff. Rocky sees it as the way Rocky sees the sparkler is, wow, it's got like a time lapse. Yeah, like it's like he sees what fucking Alamein is doing and shit. He's trying to draw all fully drawn out. Mm-hmm. Even when he spelled out "fuck the world" and it was back. Fuck the world. And Rocky was the only one who seen it spelled out that way. This fool boy's just like, my dad is here, dude. Right. I freaking missed him. He's so happy to have his dad, and he's remembering. He sits down and says, "You can sleep in my room. That's okay. This is my old room, but you guys sleep in here. I'll sleep in the garage. I'll sleep in the garage." Like the kids were supposed to get out of your room. You know what I'm saying? Like asking for permission to use his room. Like, fuck up, Alamein, bro. Yeah. The Alamein walks out, says goodnight, walks out, shows them a picture of a swastika hidden behind a picture on the door or on the wall. I did that. Don't get into the Nazi stuff. Yeah, I was like, thank God you just at least said that after showing us random swastika. I was like, bro, is that like a New Zealand thing or something? I was like, bro.
No, that's also, I'm older than you guys. It's also indicative of like the 80s because Nazi stuff was pretty big, not amongst like everybody, but like, it's when the skinheads and the Nazis were kind of comfortable, really like showing themselves. You saw it in a lot of like, not just the Nazi stuff, but the style of like what they were wearing, like the leather stuff, the I guess military uniform kind of type, dark military uniform like the Germans used to wear. It was pretty like, it was out there like in the 1980s and stuff like that. So
shit, I didn't fucking know that. Damn.
But then also he's named after Alamein, which is where like the New Zealand artillery fought the Axis, the Germans, and the Nazis. So it's like, that's weird that he got into the stuff that he was named for fighting. Yeah. But he's out there. He's seen Thriller 10 times, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations.
And after he leaves, after he leaves, Boy tells, Rocky asks how long you think he's going to be here, and Boy tells, I don't know, but we're going to leave with him when we go, because that's how families work. Right. And then Rocky starts asking about Mom. Mm-hmm. Oh man,
is this the scene where it cuts when Boy was younger and then in the room with the blood all over? Or is that later?
Quick scene. No,
Yeah.
it's like a real quick one. It doesn't explain it. It just shows her feet and the sheets are bloody, and he
Oh my
real
god.
quick peeks into the room.
It's crazy because like the way that the audio is, the person speaking, they're not speaking about like some crazy moment. They're just talking about, going through the memories of the mom, but sounding irritated to have to do it. Like, boy,
Right.
it's like, not this
like,
again.
Not this again. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, she was pretty. She was funny. Her and Dad were laughing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We did everything together until Rocky's birth killed her.
Yeah.
And that's tough because, like, and that's one of the things, like, with his imagination, you don't get it at first until, like, later in the movie when Boy's talking about it. But Boy really like rolled for his brother because he told him that was your superpower, your mom, you just couldn't control it, and that's why she died. Like, because I'm pretty sure some little dickhead around the way in his family was like, no, you killed your mom, So, because Pasefika family, the kids, they're cruel. So just some shit like that. You know what I mean? But later in the movie, like, Boy talks about it, and he Rocky even says that that's what they told me. My brother told me that's my superpower, and my mom just couldn't handle it. So it was a way he could kind of ease
Protect
it
him.
for Rocky. Yeah. So
It's a good big brother.
Even though we see like how irritated he gets when he has to talk about his mom, I'm pretty sure, just like any other kid who lost a parent, after a while, it's just like, I don't talk about it all the time, man.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Yeah,
Same
like
old story.
he's gonna bring it back. Yeah, you bring back the pain, and so, but tough for Rocky because Rocky is being blamed for
he literally doesn't know. Like he never met his mom. Yeah,
exactly. So that's really dope.
In that cutscene, you see Alamein crying passionately, like terribly, as his partner is dead. And also you see the grandma holding the new baby Rocky. Also, emotional because the mom has passed away. All you see is feet that are not moving. And like I said, uppercut out of nowhere. Just like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, nice little throwback scenes at the beach. And then, bam. Okay, mother is dead.
Man, as morbid as this sounds, but I love shit like that. Like sudden shift changes and movies like that. It keeps you on your toes as someone who's watching it. Like, it's not going to be exactly what you think you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like his movies are really good at that. It's a great balance between comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's a great balance between like comedy and tragedy, and that's like a great example of that, bro. And we got to remember that cutscene with Alamein and the death of their mom, because
we're gonna come back to that later.
Yeah,
they're also at the beach all together. The dad, they're laughing, they're taking pictures. Dad's kissing the belly.
Yep.
It's also why Rocky thinks he has superpowers, you know what I mean? And that's his way of coping with his mother's death, is that his imagination goes straight to that, and why it's so vivid, because he has to hold on to that, because if he doesn't, you know what I mean? He's literally going to be like killing his mom, and that's why the imagination of him having superpowers and why he's always imagining stuff like that is because as a kid, you got to hold on to that just to survive, probably, because like if you don't, and people are just gonna be like, you killed your mom, and you're gonna end up believing it. So
right.
Well, I didn't even put that together until you just said that. Thank you. Like his brother telling him he has superpowers, and that's that's the only reason he unleashed them and his mom couldn't handle it. Is why Rocky is out here thinking he can projectile mind control buses off of the cliff and stuff like that.
He pushed the weird guy over when he was looking in the rocks under the bridge.
He also made Alamein fall. He shot at Alamein.
See?
We cut to the river beach where the boys are sitting in a tree. They're talking, and they spot a large man walking down the riverbank, kind of just looking around. And Boy looks up and is like, "Rocky, look, it's that weirdo. Let's get him." He hops out of the tree, starts throwing rocks at him. "Hey, weirdo, get out of here!" Starts hitting him and stuff. I like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
like
only
I say, he's a dick.
Yeah, bro. Boy was a dickhead, bro.
not only like throwing stuff at somebody for no reason, but then like encouraging his brother, Rocky, come on, throw him, get him.
Mm-hmm.
Only Rocky just sits there and like doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Typical. Yeah, but that was weird. That was, where do you think he's doing that all the time? I didn't get that sense. Like when he was started the movie, that class presentation, I was like, oh, nice, potential, upstanding, just misunderstood, trying to, tough life. But now he's like a dick, like throwing stuff at people.
Nah, I think Boy's always been a dick. You kind of see that at the beginning. He's always been a dick.
I thought he was getting bullied. I didn't see that until this part, and I was like, oh man, that is weird. But also full person, yeah.
Also, I mean, you never been in a neighborhood where they had like the one weird dude in the neighborhood and everybody was like made stories up about him. You know what I mean? That's how I figured like that guy was probably like that dude. Like he was probably one of the people in the neighborhood. People were just like, people are weird, man. So if he's different, I'm pretty sure a lot of the kids, I don't know if they all threw rocks at him, but
they probably all have that collective mindset about him. Yeah.
But also you can see how more Braven he gets, like now that his dad's back,
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know if he was that much of a dick before, but like everything just heightened when his dad comes back because he knows he's like, oh, my backup's here.
Yeah,
my pops is here. I can do it the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. My dad is a New Zealand warrior.
Yeah, right?
He spooned his way out of jail. He escaped from jail using just a spoon.
He once got pinned down by a bunch of communists, so he just stood up and did this sick ass haka and then run off.
So
yeah, bro.
Like I know his attitude just really, like you said, Marcus. The shift, you could tell in the shift, it was when his pops came back. And he's just like a little bit more arrogant than usual, just you know what I mean? Just because also he thinks he's not coming. He's not gonna be there for long.
Right?
He really thinks he's about to bounce and just be like, you know what I mean? Like this not gonna be my neighborhood anymore. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Yeah. Wow. So
good point.
That's a good point, man.
We're back at the house at the garage where Alamein is watching his mates clean out stuff in there because they're looking for something. He's talking about being a renegade when Boy shows up. He shows him a Shogun book, samurai and stuff. So what's a renegade? It's like someone who operates outside of the law, but they're still cool. Like us, my gang.
Yeah.
He's talking about the crazy horse patch on the back of his dad's jacket. It's like, this is my gang. Right now it's just us, but they're building their numbers. It's gonna have a party sometime.
I need to ask somebody from New Zealand if this is the universal sign for a gang in New Zealand because us, crazy horse. Really similar to the Duck Rockers. You know what I mean?
For real.
Yeah. They only took this because the shaka was taken.
Yeah, this is taken.
This is taken. Bro, yeah. What did you guys feel about that? When he sits down, I think is that the scene where he sits down in his chair and there's like a deer or some crazy horned animal skull behind him, and it lines up perfectly where it looks like a huge ass Loki helmet, kind of like.
For real.
But like, are you thinking like king helmet, or are you thinking devil when you see those horns behind
the
him?
second one?
I was thinking devil. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro. I was thinking the second one. I mean, it's like a perfect representation of his character and shit. He is literally the devil, bro. Like he's the devil. But I also have like a question for him. Maybe we'll save it for the end. But like, Alamein is like the devil, right? He's kind of like an asshole. He's a piece of shit to his homies, to his family and shit. So like, is he redeemable? I feel like he's still redeemable, bro. Especially
I think,
like at the end, when we get to the end, we're gonna see it. But yeah,
I mean, like
still redeemable.
It you see early. It's also probably like a Pasefika theme. Like he's the son, the grandmother. My mom, God rest her, like God made her perfect for me because sometimes it seems like I could do no wrong, but I mean, she's always telling me about the wrong I do, but as like, I don't know if it's the oldest or the youngest boy, but just a boy in the family, like you're given a lot of chances, you know what I mean? When you're younger, and you do a lot of dumb shit. But I don't know. It's like for us, I think we mature like. Not all of us, but I think if you're like in an environment, Pasefika environment, like the maturity level kind of it's slow for us. You know what I mean? Because like you see how like I don't know how old he's supposed to be. I hope he's like in his late 20s in the movie, that character at least. But like he's super still immature. Like he's a kid himself still.
Yeah,
he had 2 kids, lost his wife, and then like kind of. Or even that, maybe he reverted back to just being a kid because now he lost the love of his life. You know what I mean? And maybe he just wants to stay in that part of his life where everything was cool, he was good. Now he's grown though, and he can't do that no more. But he seems to find people that kind of just see him still in that same light. That's why his 2 homies are like, you know, duh, he's the best ever. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like just how. Boy turns into a dick to his homies. Like you can see how much of a dick he is to his homies. Yeah. So
I feel like they were just like 2 guys that helped him get out of prison, like
something. Yeah, like you know, or like maybe they were his homies from back in the day, and that's how they looked at him always. And when he got out, he was like, "Oh, we're about to be this gang. These are my," you know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't get that sense. I didn't get that sense that they knew each other long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally like met in prison, right?
Probably.
Yeah. You just found somebody that believed his stories like Boy does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. How old do you guys think Alamein is?
I say probably late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, I want to believe that. Because, I mean, even for me to like Marcus said, for him to be redeemable, he has to be at that age. Because if he's any older, I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I think he's older. I think he's like mid-30s, but I also think it says a lot that even a guy as wrong at every turn as Alamein was is still redeemable in that ending scene. Like right at the end, it's still like, I think that says a lot to anybody. Anybody can be redeemable, but this character definitely, we're going to get into all the shit.
All the shit.
They're clearing out the garage. Wait, what?
You made my day, man. I know I'm redeemable now. Thank you.
Through Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, anything is possible. They're riding. Oh, he asks a boy if he wants to take a ride in his car. His cool. What kind of car is that? You guys know? It's like a muscle car.
You know what?
Yeah,
it's a muscle car, but like just like in Europe, like New Zealand and Australia, they get different models. They also have their own like car companies there. Like it might not necessarily be a Ford but was a muscle car. Yeah, like
or an American Charger.
Right. You guys see like Mad Max, all the cars in there. None of them were necessarily American cars, you know. But they were like the original Mad Max. All those cars were like they had their own muscle cars out there. Like so, but it was a muscle car.
Yeah. They get into that. He drives them down the countryside. They're going. He's having a really good time, just like in the car with his dad, who he's been waiting for forever. They pull up in front of the store where all his friends are, and looking really cool. Alamein hops out, looks around. He's like, "All right. See you later back at the house." And he's like, "Whoa, where are you going?" He's like, "I got stuff to do. You hang out here with your mates." He's like, "What, Dad? No, I want to go with you." He's like, "Nah, I'll see you later." Hops into his car, race car drive style, and then
with that, my gosh. If that ever happens to me, guys, please just smack me. If I try to do something cool like that, and it takes that long,
I'll just go open the door for you. Here. I got you.
While I'm in the window,
I thought he was gonna fall out.
I was hoping he fell out. God,
but everybody's seeing him. Even Chardonnay and her friends across the street. Freaking the friends right there in the front. Auntie Gracie, who's running the store. Inez.
Oh, so he's back, eh? How long vehicle? Like that. That question alone is like.
That took me back to Whale Rider right there. 5 minutes, huh? Oh, I missed him last time so fast.
Oh, yeah.
How long's your dad back for? So Cliff Curtis and Waititi are over here being the absentee dads.
For real. Dude, what happens? Boy and Whale Rider share a fucking cinematic universe, bro.
I feel like they might be kind of mirrors.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. So, yeah, Boy is just more comedic than Whale Rider was. That's the only difference. You see similar themes both, or like Lance said, mirroring themes in both movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Taika Waititi made it a little bit easier to swallow than in Will Rider.
Yep.
Auntie Gracie comes out, and Auntie Gracie is his mom's sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
So his aunt, like his auntie, not like a community aunt. This is his mom's sister, the mom who passed away. She's like, "Did your dad even go see your mom yet?" He's like, "No, not yet." And she's like, typical, you know. Can I get a free ice cake? No.
No.
Get a job.
Yeah, you have them all.
You've put them all.
Bro, she did everything. Like, I want to know who watches the store when she's driving the bus. You know what I mean? Or who's driving the bus
shit is
when
closed.
she's delivering mail and shit. You know what I mean?
Closed. It's closed. You got to be there when she's not teaching tennis or on her route.
For real.
Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with my friends, right? This is actually, I think, probably the best thing Alamein does in the movie is he like makes him go hang out with his friends, and they have like a really good time. He's showing the sparkler. Dynasty is like, can I try? He's like, no, I'm saving them for a special occasion.
You're so dirty, bruh.
And then Chardonnay walks right up, and she's like, your dad's got a pretty cool car. And he's like blushing and like kicking his toe and shit. He's like, oh. And then he gives her a freaking sparkler.
Yeah.
Oh. And Dynasty's like, what a dick.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You guys got think back, man. There has to be a time where you guys did that to one of your homies, man. Like, hey, let me have some of that. I'm like, no, man, I'm gonna eat it later.
Yeah.
And one of the girls, one of the girls came by like, hey, you hungry? Want some?
They're at a house playing tag and stuff, just being kids. That reminded me of like The Outsiders.
Oh, yep.
That house that they were just like
they all lived in. Yeah.
The Outsiders?
You've never watched Outside?
Well, it's like socials versus greasers.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh,
just like them flipping out and like being together and running rampant as a group.
Yeah.
But then we cut back to the river where Rocky is sitting in a chair across from the weirdo guy who's like rummaging around in like a pile of driftwood and stuff. He's like, what are you doing? What are you looking for? He's like, anything. He asked him, I don't know. Do you remember how this conversation goes? Like, is he asking him, why are you so weird? And it's like the two village weirdos.
Yeah, for real, coming together.
He shrugged his shoulders just like, oh no.
Oh shit. He was telling about his superpowers.
Oh, he explains that's how he killed his mom.
Yeah, that's how he killed his mom.
Because he apologizes. He falls over and he goes, "Oh, sorry."
Oh yeah, sorry.
Like,
I did that. I did that to you. Yeah.
I think I made you fall with my powers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? My powers. I have them. I made you fall. I'm sorry.
That's what he says. Yeah, use the powers for good. Yeah, that's. He says something though. I forget what he was saying. Rocky asked him if he had any friends. That's right. He's like, hey, do you have any friends? And then, no. And then
so what is that guy's deal? He just lives on the river?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Around that area?
I think that's his crib that that you see later on.
He had a nice house though. You know what I mean? So it's not too bad.
What? That is right. You know what I mean?
On the river,
And Rocky gets up out of the chair and he's like, after talking to this guy for a while, feeling like a bond, and he's like, so what are we looking for? And he goes in there and they just start rummaging around. Yeah, now they're friends.
I feel like Rocky identified with him immediately. That's why he didn't throw the rocks when you know what I'm saying? Like he's seen like a kindred spirit. So he was like, man, I'm not gonna do that to this fool. My brother's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he sensed like a kindred spirit with him. I think that's why he was so, he was already down there talking to this fool under the bridge. So
yeah, we were in the field where now Alamein is digging. He's like showing his friends where to dig. Yeah. He knows it's a couple paces off of the post. He's just not sure how many paces, and he's not sure which post. So we just got to dig in this field, and eventually we'll find it. Yeah. We come to find out that he buried some money, some treasure, he tells the kid. So they're looking for buried treasure, and I noticed that Alamein doesn't do a lot of helping. He just tells people what to do. He delegates a lot, but then he sits down right in front of them and tells them, "Stop messing around, get back to work."
Yeah.
So what the heck? Boy comes up and Dad's talking to him, but he in an awkward silence, he gives him a present. this nug of weed that he went and grabbed. So Dynasty also has a job where she tends to the weed that her dad, who is a biker, grows in their yard. And then she picks the weed and gives it to her dad, and the dad goes and sells it, whatever. So in that field, Boy goes and he sneaks a couple of handfuls of plants, and then he shows it to his dad, and his dad's like, "Oh, where'd you get this stuff?
Yeah.
Hey, you ever find this stuff, you bring it straight to me, okay? Straight to me." It's like, oh, the dad likes to smoke some pot.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's a bad look for the stoners.
Yeah.
The dope heads.
Dope head.
So yeah, the Kelly calls out that the grandma is on the phone. Alamein runs in. He's like, "Mom, hey, yeah, it's me, Alamein. When are you coming home? There's all these kids around." So many kids.
Yo, scumbag, bro.
Hey, yeah. Dude, can I borrow some money? Just until, I just need some money just real quick. Well, she's like, you gotta send it for the kids or something. He's like, "These kids are so spoiled. I know it's not a competition."
Yeah.
I sound so like, he keeps saying how unfair it is. It's like, it's not fair.
Not fair.
They get everything. I don't get anything. I was like, bro, you're a grown ass man.
Man, what?
What do you think about fair? What is this?
They had it better. They had it better now than we ever did.
Like, oh, isn't that what we're all here for? That's so weird.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, fine, I'll spend quality time with them. And this starts by giving Boy a botched ass haircut.
Yeah, he wants to make him look like Michael Jackson, and he.
Bro, that wasn't just botched, bro. That was
terrible.
Oh no, he patched it up like there was patches everywhere. Oh man, I was like, bro, all you did look like he just cut a few like blocks in his head. That was it.
Yo, it's so bad. To be able to do that bad with scissors, then like to get that close, this guy is out of control. They're also gonna go and confront the bully that bullied him. He swings out of a tree with a machete in his teeth, finally gets out of the rope, and Pin's holding up to the big ass tree. He's like, "That's my boy, don't mess with him."
Yeah.
And then they're gonna go out to the beach. Rock is not at any of this, by the way. It's just him and Boy doing all this stuff. But Rocky is found. Oh, I guess he was. I
think that's what he
was
hanging out with
his
friend. Yeah. With the dude. Yep.
So on the way out to the beach, they pick him up, and then they go out and spend the day playing imaginary soldier and stuff. There's this part where he talks about where him and his mom met. He's like, "Did you and mom met at the beach?" Yeah, because that's what he's been telling his brother. They met at the beach, and mom was swimming, and the dad saved her, and that's how they met. And then they started having kids. But the dad's like, "No, we met at school." Yeah. I was like, "Oh, disillusion. Oh, okay, here we go. This is where it's going to start breaking down all of this this world of superhero greatness that Boy has for his father. Yeah. Piece by piece is going to be rebutted, and he's going to see things that are like, oh, he's not really the hero that I thought that he was." Which goes into what I think a big theme is that like romanticization or of your parents or your heroes. That's why they tell you never meet your heroes, because you're gonna find out that they're humans with like regular ass stuff.
Yeah, real quick.
But so they're gonna find the treasure and then move to the city. We're all gonna go out, and Boy is telling that to Rocky, and Rocky's like, "I don't want to move to the city. I want to just stay here." And he's like, "Well, then you stay here, and me and Dad are gonna go and have cocktails and wear tuxedos and live in a big apartment.
Yeah,
better not tell anybody, or I'll beat your head in." I was like, "Whoa,
knock your block off."
Yo, this guy's a jerk.
Yeah, bro.
And I can see that now that his dad is there. It feels like more and more.
Yeah.
I'm out. My dad's got me. I hate all of you. I'm out of here. But they're back home for the Crazy Horse house party.
Yeah.
In the garage.
It's not a party. It's a get together. It's a difference.
Kelly's like dressed up nice for it. She's like, "This is bullshit. I'm out," and she walks inside the house.
Fucking gloves.
It's not even a potty. Holden and his brother, the bully, I forget his name, but they're back and they're pulling up. And oh no, wait! But before that happens, Alamein sits down next to Boy, and he's talking. He's like, "How's it going?" He's like, "Oh, this has been great." Yeah. He's like, "You want to try my beer? No, go on, take a swig, just a little one." Takes a swig. How old are you? 11. Yeah.
That's pretty young to have your first beer.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Also, could you quit calling me Dad?
Oh, fuck you, Alamein.
Yeah, I was so hurt when he said that. Like, all this kid ever wanted was for his amazing dad to be there and spend time with him and hang out with his cool dad. But his dad doesn't even want him to call him dad because he's so worried about what other people are hearing, or it makes him feel old, whatever the hell the reason is.
For real. He's just so disconnected to his family, to his children. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, nah, I don't. Nah. That it's like it that makes him accept that he's their father, and he just isn't willing to accept that. It doesn't seem like POS
for sure.
It's funny because you guys reviewed 3 movies that all have connecting themes, starting with Once Were Warriors, Well Rider, and in this movie, and then but you see just like almost different levels of the same theme. Starting with Once Were Warriors, just kind of like the gang life that was prevalent in New Zealand at the time. Like you read about the Mongols, and I forgot the other name of the gang, but they were pretty bad. So you see that like in Once Were Warriors with the son joining the gang. You know, Jake the Musk, just like they don't even call Jake Dad either. They call him Jake. You know what I mean? And then you see it in like that scene in Will Rider with the father coming to see his son there. Also with how her father comes back and like again he's non-existent most of the time. Like he ran from his problems after his wife died. You know, so he runs from his problems, and then you see that in Boy too, with like he's trying to let you guys know that in New Zealand at the time, gang life, which is pretty bad still, I think here now, just takes over a lot of people's lives, and then he doesn't want to be associated as his father. You know, the gang life there is just like that part of his life is so strong that, you know what I mean? He wants it to be at the forefront of his life instead of being a father. So
what's up? Yeah. What's up with our Pasefika fathers wanting to run away from their problems, bruh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, because we, as good Pasefika mothers, sometimes a lot of them let us do that because, you know, that's how they.
I don't think they're given a choice. Like, they're not like.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. They're not given a choice, and it's like, you know, they either do that or they end up losing their son forever. You know what I mean? There's just so much behind it. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely the dads in the movies make for great characters that make crazy shit happen.
Yeah. Terrible decisions.
Luckily, it's not every dad that are like these guys for sure. That's these guys are definitely some great.
But you see it, man. Even like with some of my friends, like some of their dads were rough. Like, you know, my dad's cool, man. Filipino man, smart man, you know, loving. Not that their fathers weren't, but then when I heard stories about like some of my friends, like their pops going to jail or like how he could beat up a whole bunch of people, then I was like, damn, man, your dad look cool. You know what I mean? Like,
cool.
Like your dad ain't no one is fucking with you. You know what I mean? So yeah.
We see kind of similar to Once Were Warriors, the alcohol kicking in during the party when Shogun. Sorry, with this whole... Stop calling me Dad. So what should I call you? Shogun. So he's like, call me Shogun. And Marcus, you pointed something out when they're both like coming to the realization that's what they want him to call him.
Yeah, they both said Shogun at the same time, and just the difference in how they said it was just like, oh, boy, hurt. Boy's fucking hurt.
He's like, boy's instead of Dad.
Yeah, instead of Dad, call me Shogun. But boy's just like, Shogun. And then fucking Alamein's like, Shogun.
Yeah, sounds cool,
dude.
huh?
Yeah. Fucking Shogun. Yeah. Piece of shit.
Hey, well, he makes up for it when he calls him Little Shogun.
Yeah,
So what should you call me? I don't know, Little Shogun. I think that'll be funny.
Yeah, and then he looks over, and then that's when the two brothers come in.
Yeah, the Bully Brothers, and they're getting like introduced and trying to get initiated into the gang.
Yeah, they're trying to get
crazy horses.
Because he also tells Boy that he might be too young to join their gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
the crazy horses don't do, pretend and play games and stuff, and then immediately plays pretend soldier.
Yeah.
And then he sees those two fools come in, and it's like, bro.
One that's in his class, same age.
Right, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's mad about it. He can see some bullshit is going on. Alamein gets in a drunk fight with his two mates that are his friends. You start to see some little seeds of mutiny happening.
Yep.
Dad goes outside and he starts dancing like Michael Jackson, and it turns into a whole ass Michael Jackson music video in Boy's head because he still sees his dad as this great entertainer and with ability and stuff.
Yeah.
The next day they wake up, everyone's drunk, hungover, whatever, scattered throughout the house. Boy's on the phone and he's calling Chardonnay. He's like, "Hey Chardonnay, it's Boy. You want to come over and see my dad's mean car?" She comes over, they hang out a little bit. She's bored, but Holden comes out of the Crazy Horse gang house, and Chardonnay kind of waves at him, and Boy's like, "Well, you can see my dick, but I'm not allowed to get you pregnant."
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking asshole.
I yelled at that shit. I had my earphones on. I was like, "Wow!" I was not.
Yeah, just casual, just how casual it was.
Because his dad is telling him, "Yo, if you have a girlfriend, yeah, whatever, just don't get her pregnant."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, you can let her see her dick, maybe touch her breast, but don't get her pregnant. I'm not ready to be a koro just yet." Not because you shouldn't be having babies at 11, but because the way it'll affect me is it'll make me feel old. And then later he tells him to stop calling him dad. Man, that's crazy. But Chardonnay is out. She's gone. She's going to end up hooking up with Holden. So Boy goes and gets a vacuum cleaner and gives himself a hickey so he can show his dad something happened. And goes and shows it to him. So, "Oh, that's so cool." Get a montage of them trying to dig for treasure, the kids not seeing Boy anymore, Boy going and stealing weed and bringing it back to his dad. We get that montage, and then we get to the pub in the parking lot. Where the Crazy Horses all go and drink and stuff. And we got Dynasty who's walks up next to Boy. It's like, "Officer, do you want to pull you over, miss?"
Yeah. Yeah, she was on
"What are you doing here?" He's like, she's like, "Where the hell have you been, bro? We haven't seen you in friggin' days." He's like, "I don't got time for this. Me and my dad are moving to the city. I'm doing adult stuff. Yeah, these little kid stuff."
Yeah.
Bro, this little freaking jerk twerp. I just want to flick him in the face.
Man.
Dynasty was a G, though, just because
Hell yeah.
of what her job, and then you figure that she was doing it for her pops. And I mean, later when we talk about the scene where her pops comes to confront Alamein, but Dynasty was a G. She probably whipped the shit out of Boy.
Yeah, for real, bro.
She was bigger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and she was like, "Yo, we've been hanging out, pushing people off the wharf, and we haven't seen you." But he's they leave after her grandma loses all her money. She's coming out. It's like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna go." Or I said, "I guess she lost." She's like, "How do you know?" And it's like, "Because we're leaving.
We're going home."
Because we're going home." And I was like, that hit me in my degenerate gambler heart.
That resonated. I was like, "Fuck." Damn.
That's the only time we leave is when we've lost it all. We usually when we win, we give a little bit of it back.
God,
Stay longer.
boys. No, boys.
Oh yeah.
Boys.
Marcus knows. Marcus knows the
boys.
degenerates.
Yeah, man.
She hops into his car and she's like, "Oh, it smells like marijuana in here. You better not be smoking that stuff. You'll turn into a dope head."
Yeah.
Laughing at nothing and crying at everything.
That was a crazy line. That is some bars right there.
Oh,
That is some bars right there.
Why are you dissing
that
me?
fucking hurt.
Why are you dissing me? Dynasty, the hell I do
Laughing
you?
at nothing and crying at everything. That's a fucking bar, bro.
Taking shots over here. Like,
Swear to
what the
God.
hell?
Why you subtweeting me, bro?
Yeah, tag me.
Yeah, tag me, motherfucker. At me, man.
No, shout out to
Dynasty at that point. Like,
Yeah,
yo, I
she's
don't
a
like
real
Dynasty
one.
no more.
Yeah, I don't fuck with her no more. I don't know. It's getting too real.
So you're dissing me? You're dissing
you're
the shit
right.
out of me.
Yeah.
Like, boy, you right, boy. Man, you right, dog.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, you cool, bro.
They take off. We're inside. Alamein is talking to the kids again, or talking about the kids to his mom on the phone back at the house. He's like, I'm not taking these kids with me. I'm going to find my money. I just need some money until I find my money. Oh, man. Well, fine then. Get back here. He gets in a fight.
Tantrum.
But Boy is hearing that him moving to the city with his dad is not the plan.
Yeah.
Or sorry, with Shogun, is not the plan that Shogun has. Shogun is like, I'm out of here once I find my money. I'm going to go wherever I want, be whoever I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drives away.
Yeah.
And he's out. He's like, leaves angrily.
He even leaves his homies. Yeah, he leaves his homies back at the
He's like, is he coming back? I don't want to live here.
I don't want to live here. Yeah.
Like, bro, you don't go catch a bus.
Yeah, for real. You know it ain't that far. Town can't be that far, but it looks hella far though. The driving scenes make town look hella far from
Right,
LA.
but the kids be walking everywhere though.
Man, I'm saying, bro, you know what? Yeah, that's true.
We get into a scene of a boy out there in the field digging furiously, new hole, pushing stuff up, moving dirt around, new hole, trying to find this hidden treasure. And it cuts to like stuff that's going to happen once he does find the treasure. Him and Chardonnay are going to get together. They're going to, him and his dad are going to move to the city. They're going to be balling. They're going to ride dolphins. They're going to have machine guns. Blah, blah, blah.
And ride dolphins and drink cocktails.
Yeah, in tuxedos.
In tuxedos.
There's all these ideas and thoughts, digging again, hits another plot, digs again, and he finally smashes into like something. He finds it. The plastic wrapped thousands of dollars.
Bro, yeah. So I wanted to know like exactly how much it was because, again, it's back in the day, so it's probably a lot more money, and it's not converted into American money.
Right.
So I was like, damn, that shit. I mean, hey. I think he counted it as like 800 whatever New Zealand money. I was like, damn, might have been a lot of American money. No, I think it was like
they just said, they was doing 800. Like that's what I thought too. Like he only counted to 800. Like, bro, that looks more than 800 right there.
Right, like
he had a couple stacks in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're thinking it wasn't 800,000.
No, I think like he only stopped at 800.
He just miscounted it. Like he didn't even know.
Maybe, yeah. That was a stack of money, yeah.
That was
just
not,
like,
that was definitely more than 800.
He runs, he like hides it, and he takes it to the pen where he's telling Leaf that he found it, and he's like, well, he's got to hide it. So he puts it in the he puts it in the abandoned car next to the goat pen under the seat. And then pets Leaf the goat on the way out.
Yep.
We're inside the garage where Boy is reading the definition of potential. And he doesn't get it. And he's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What is the definition of potential? I'm gonna look up the.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't have any of it.
I don't have.
I don't know. I don't know words, and I don't have anything else.
Cape. Potential is an adjective, or the noun, the inherent ability or capacity for growth, development, or future success. As an adjective, capable of being, but not yet in existence. Yeah. Capable of being, but not yet in existence.
I don't know.
So he's like, what does that mean?
I don't.
He sees his dad left his crazy horse jacket. So he wears it and he sits down in his dad's chair with the horns behind him. It's like little Shoguns being big Shogun.
Yeah.
And he's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go show all my friends. So he takes some dollars down to the store where Auntie Gracie is telling him as soon as he walks in he can't have a free ice cake, and he's like, well, I'm actually gonna buy a bunch of shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Goes all the candy, all the gum sticks. Also, how many ice bombs can I get for $5? He pulls out some money, pays for it all, shares it with his friends. We ballin'.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
that's
thanks,
the first
boy.
thing.
Thanks, boy.
Bro,
don't call me boy anymore.
When I was in high school, there was a dude. This is a pretty rough story because he took he stole the offering money from his church, right? And we're in the village. I won't say any village names because he might get. But it was around the same time Gus Henneman was running for Congress in American Samoa, and Gus would go to whatever village he was in or store where there was kids there. He'd buy candy and ice cream for the kids. Whoever was outside the store. So my man, we'll call him Eric. Eric takes the offering money from the church. And the first thing he does is we're all sitting in front of the store. He comes to the store and he starts buying sodas and bongos for everybody outside. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, damn, what the fuck is this fool get his money from? So he starts giving us stuff. And the whole week he's paying for food for us. And then finally he gets caught and the word gets out. And you know what his nickname became the rest of the time we were growing up in high school? What? Gus Henneman.
Oh. Handing out for the people the candy.
They wouldn't call him by his name anymore. They called him Gus, and that became his nickname. After has to funny Gus.
Wait, that's no.
And that scene reminded me of that so bad, man. I was like, wow, bro. That's tough, man.
He tells him, don't call me boy anymore. What should we call you? Call me Little Shogun. All right, Little Shogun. All right, thanks, Little Shogun. But Dynasty's like, thanks, Little Fonzie.
Roasting his ass.
I love roasting him. She's like, your jacket makes you look funny as hell. She's a real one. I feel like Dynasty is a dark horse MVP candidate of
for sure.
But they're sharing with all his mates. He sees Holden walking out, and they tell him that Chardonnay and Holden are now going out together. Yeah. Holden comes over, sees Boy in the jacket. He's like, oh, man, you already got your patch. Yeah. And Boy starts to spin this spiel of bullshit about,
he came up with that so fast, bro, on the spot.
His dad is just seeping into his mind the way he's like, oh, I just got to spin some bullshit.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, my dad, I already got my patch. He's like, well, your dad said I'd have to drink a big boot of beer. He's like, actually, my dad doesn't want you in the club anymore. You better not come back to the house or he's going to beat you up. He's like, what? What did I do? I don't know. When you come back, it's going to beat you up. And I'll give you a boot full of knuckles and sandwiches.
Boot full of knuckles and sandwiches.
It's like, what is this guy? And then he starts talking about his girl. He's like, oh, how's Chardonnay?
Yeah.
His voice gets a little weird. Like, how's Chardonnay? Like, I'm not hurt. He's like, oh, she's good. He's like, yeah, because I already banged her. Oh, he's like, no, you didn't. Yeah, in my dad's car. Cut to Dynasty looking over like, what the hell? That's more like, you're supposed to be with me, stupid. But he's just spinning this yarn and none of this has happened. None of this has actually happened. But Boy has got that orator in him where he's talking that shit. And then he's like, my dad sees you again, he's gonna beat you up. Holden sees his dad pulling up to the store in his car and he runs off. Alamein hops out of this car. Boy is so happy to tell him he found the money. But before he can, the dad assaults him in the middle of the street. Grabs him and rips the jacket off. Take it off, throws him around.
You can wear my jacket. Who said you can wear my jacket?
Who said you could wear my jacket? What the hell? Bro. Your gang ain't like that, bro. You are not the Hells Angels. This is your kid.
Yeah, dog.
In front of everybody. Everybody sees it. All his friends. Chardonnay is going to hear about it. Aunt Grace is there. She comes out. She's like, what the hell is your problem, bro? Leave him alone. Alamein... eventually leaves. And then
with him, he's fucking Boy is left shirtless in the street, literally shirtless in the street, and then that's
savaging.
Yeah, hella damaging, bro. How fucked up is that? The entire community seen your dad just going off on you like that, bro. But
After you lied.
Yeah, for real. But then you mentioned it, bro, like how his friends still got his back even after acting like a dick. They came and comforted him real fast.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to like, it's gonna be okay, but he walks off.
Yeah, he walks off.
He walks off, and boy is much less a boy now. It feels like he's having to grow into a man. But that innocence of his boyhood, at least this part between him and his dad is dead. It's gone, and you can see it as he walks off. He like looks like a totally different person. Yeah, and he's like a grown ass. I gotta fucking deal with this bullshit. Like an 11-year-old shouldn't have to do that, right? You know, that should be like full adult. But he's shirtless, just been assaulted, humiliated in front of everybody, and just walking off pissed off. Yeah, I thought that was a really strong scene or shot, at least in that scene. But yeah, he walks away from everybody.
This is when it cuts to them back when he gets back home, right? He gets back home, right?
So he goes home and like he starts doing the chores again. Like for the longest time, he was ignoring all the other kids, all the house chores, making dinner for them.
Food for them.
Because, or he would just like munch up some bread and pour some sugar and milk in it and fucking toss it on the table and walk out. He's like, "Here is enough sustenance to get you through the day, but I'm gonna go hang out with my dad." He was totally ignoring all that. Yeah. Kelly's like, "Is this it?"
Yeah.
Whenever she comes out during the party and she's like, "Boy, the kids haven't eaten." And she's like, "I'm tired of everything."
That's right.
He's swinging on the
beer bottle.
That's right. Oh my God, bro. Yeah.
You make it yourself.
I'm not your mom.
Yo, bro. Yes. You see the negative influence that his hero is imparting upon him. Yeah. You see Rocky looking at all these pictures back home of his parents before they had him. You see Rocky and Boy in the tub outside with the fire under it to get the water warm in front of this Maori artboard that looks old and worn down. You see Rocky or Boy making dinner for all the kids again.
Yeah. There's like to me when he was like cleaning up and getting rid of everything, that's when like finally the growth, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like every interaction he had with his family was like a true signifier of his growth again, you know what I'm saying? Because once his dad did him dirty like that, he's like, man, fuck you then. He had to come home with his peoples, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right then, fine, if he's gonna act like that, fuck you then. You know, I
gotta go and take care of these people. I can't rely on this guy. I actually have people that rely on me. Him and Rocky are sleeping that night, and Shogun pops up at the window and apologizes for being the Hulk. You know, I just have all these strong emotions, and they come out sometimes. You know, but are you cool with having the Hulk as your father? Yeah. You know, it's trying to spin it off like that. I'm like, bro, you are not the Hulk. You are not Loki. You are not any of these. You're just a shitty dad that lied. You're not only a shitty dad, but the person that just can't back any of it up. But yeah, Boy pretty much accepts his apology. He says, "I love you" to him before leaving. The next scene is Rocky climbing up. Rocky was going to go visit the graveyards to go see his mom, but instead he sees somebody outside there, so he climbs up this hill to get a better look, and it's Shogun walking back and forth in front of the grave area there, but not going inside. Like he's looking like he's ready to, he's trying to, but eventually he walks off.
That was doesn't go in. That was definitely the part where, like, I seen that Rocky, like, not fully accepted him, but he was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll give him a chance, because he wasn't giving him a chance throughout the entire movie. You know what I'm saying? He was just.
Oh, he didn't trust him. Yeah, he didn't trust him. Well, he didn't know him.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't trusting him. So.
Mm-hmm. So when he seen them out over there pacing around their mother's grave, that's I think that's when he was finally like, okay, all right then.
There's that crank. There's that crayon animation while he's standing in front of there that Rocky imagines his father crying over his mother's grave, like tears down, and you can feel that sadness, that connection, like that understanding of emotion that Rocky is having. We're back but then Alamein walks off without going inside.
Yeah.
So he's not ready. He's not ready to see his deceased partner's grave just yet. We cut back to the goat pen where Leaf has eaten the treasure.
Yeah.
All the money, the bag of money is now goat feed. He's chewing on some of the bills right now.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those pieces are running through Boy's hands. Just
Leaf! Yeah, bro.
So now that all the money is gone, this fool tries to go and take all the doorknobs out of the house and burn them down to go and sell the copper.
Yeah, to melt the copper. See, that's another example right there.
Yeah, he heard
one of the homies says it at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Like, this is actually a pretty nice house. Yeah. Pretty nice house, mate. Get some copper, melt it down, make some money.
I would do was take all the doorknobs, melt it down.
Bro.
Like a high heat furnace or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so he throws it in the microwave, and obviously that doesn't work. Almost fucking explode. Yeah, makes that shit explode.
Makes the microwave explode. So now the microwave is gone. But what are you guys cooking? Donut, nothing. Bacon.
Yeah,
bacon. Donuts.
Yeah.
He's now panicking, trying to replace the money that he lost. And stupid. First thing he did was take all the doorknobs off the doors.
Real.
Outside, continuing to search for the treasure is Alamein and Rocky. Rocky, who Boy did not let dig because only men dig.
Yep.
But now Alamein's like, help me! Come on, Rocky!
Please.
Bring your 6-year-old ass out here.
Please help.
Jeez Louise.
Shit.
He's like, we got to make that money. I don't have any time. He's like, well, we'll find it. We just need more time. And he's like, no, we got to do something now.
Yeah.
And we cut to the bikers' weed field that they've been picking off of, and Alamein is now chopping down full ass weed plants, stands like a whole thing, and grabbing them, laying waste to this weed farm that this biker has. In order to take that back home, package it, sell it, and make some money for him and his mates and his gang. As they leave, they see somebody in the field.
That's tough. That's, man. Well, that was the high point of being the asshole, man. Like, your friend, you know what I mean? Your friend took you over there. It's supposed to be a secret place. Mm-hmm. You guys go hang out. And as she passes down, he passes. She's just like, wow.
Yo, doesn't do nothing, just stares at him like,
wow, yeah.
Just fucking. Are you serious?
Yeah,
right. Because he doesn't know the consequences she's about to face now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So we find out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we find out in about 30 seconds because they go
straight up.
It's Dynasty, right? Dynasty, her dad is the biker that grows the weed, and she picks it, gives it to him, he sells. But now all of the weed is gone. Alamein is taking all the trees and stuffing them into the car. They see Dynasty on the way out, but they get back to the house. Him and all his mates are bagging the weed to take it to the pub and go sell it. They're very happy that they get to do that because now they're going to have money and stuff. Boy and Rocky are in the backseat of the car while the Crazy Horse gang goes to the pub. And then we see Dynasty in the car next to them with a black eye, like she's been beaten. Mm-hmm. And then we see a bunch of men walking over to the pub area, and they confront Alamein and the Crazy Horse gang, talking about, "Oh, you guys stole my weed." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And it leads into a big fight where they get thrashed.
Yeah.
Boy's imagination is funny because it's like his dad's about to whoop their ass, but then all of a sudden you hear the music change, and it's like his pops and his boys are getting their ass whooped instead.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But he sees it as like his dad being a cool fighter, like in the Beat It music video for Michael Jackson. Yeah. Like you get all the. Mm-hmm. But then he sees what's really happening. They're getting their asses whooped. Like, no punches in. Alamein gets thrown to the ground. One of the guys gets thrown into the bushes. Another guy gets beat up. I think the main biker dad kicks him in the face.
Yeah, fucks his ass up.
Yeah. Crazy horses are beaten and bloodied on their drive home.
Mm-hmm.
But Alamein is delusional and saying, yo, that was a great fight. That's what this stuff is about.
What fight were you in? What fight were you in? We got a couple in.
It's like, tell him, yeah, hey, boy, little Shogun, tell them how great the fight was. Who won? He's like, I don't know. Like, because he can't say that he can't lie anymore for his dad. Yeah. He's like, you guys got your faces beat the shit in. You don't know. What do you know? You know nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Okay, so now he's pissed off at anybody that doesn't agree with him or let him do what he wants to or lets him live his fantasy. Anyone who questions him, he's just like Donald Trump on the ass, calling them names. You're stupid. You're not, worthy of being listened to. Look at this dummy. Mm-hmm. It starts a fight in the car between Alamein and his friends, and they end up hitting an animal in the street. It's a big white animal, and
you see the outline as right before they hit it. You see exactly who it is,
bro. It looks like a goat.
Yeah,
and Rocky's like. Even Alamein's like, oh, I think it was a dog or something. And Rocky's like, that wasn't a dog.
That was not a dog. And then boy comes out to check, and he doesn't see who it is or what it is, but you can just see on his face, you could tell exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
He knew. Yeah. But his dad's telling him, get back in the car. Don't look. It was just a dog. Someone let their dog out. Just get back in here.
You're right.
He's going to
a dog.
Sad. Wait, you think he believed him? No, there's no way he believed him because in the next scene they end up walking back.
No, they already knew.
So he was just telling his dad to keep his dad feeling okay. Jesus, this kid, the emotional intelligence.
Man, or just to maybe like hold on to like the last bit, maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
just to get his dumb ass back in the car.
Asshole.
Yeah. Just that last bit. I don't know.
And then you think about how those two small boys had to drag that big ass goat all the way to the house.
Right.
Like, it took so long. Yeah. It was dark when they started. It started lighting up when they were dragging it back. It was full morning by the time they started burying it. The sun was high by the time they were done. There was so much time, effort, strength needed to do that. And those two little kids did that by themselves. That's how much that goat meant to Boy and their family. Like, that's how much that was like his pet. He went and talked to him every day.
Literally, yeah.
I won't lie. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh shit, well, at least they can have lamb flaps now. I didn't think they were going to bury that. I was like, oh, hey, well, they get to eat now.
Yeah, you're not having crayfish again.
Curry, roasted lamb. There's so many different.
No, they did it like, they were good kids. They buried the goat. I was like, oh.
They finally buried, and then he walks off pissed off, and the next scene is Boy with his back to the graveyard, sitting next to it, drinking and smoking, and just
having a bad day.
That's crazy. It's so he's
like he's mirroring his dad right there, man. That's what you know what I'm saying. It's like, bro, that's probably how his dad handles his problems, and now he's doing the same thing. But then, fuck.
Now, you see the influence that your heroes have on you.
Yeah, bro.
We're back at the house where the mates are stealing as much stuff as they can into the car. Shogun comes out. He's like, "What are you guys doing?" And they hit him over the head with a piece of wood, plank of wood,
big ass.
And then they flip him off as they drive the car out of the driveway and steal his car, steal everything.
Yeah.
So Alamein is pissed off. He's in the house tearing shit up, trying to find anything valuable in there, kicking the walls in. Jesus, this guy's having a meltdown, just terrible. He starts drinking, digs up a hole, gets drunk.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm missing anything. Rocky comes skating up to him from the dark as he's sitting in the garage.
That comes later though, man. This is after
okay.
Alamein,
this is the scene.
Man, after Alamein has his meltdown,
it cuts to Boy back on the bridge. And he's zooted, bro. He's zooted. He's fucking stoned, and he's been drinking all day. So he's sitting there, or he's sitting on the railing,
on the ledge. Yeah.
Some bikes come by, so he has to make way. He sits up on the edge of the bridge,
and he's looking up, and then that's when it's like, I don't know, I guess lost memories, maybe his subconscious, like, because now he's remembering how it really was through the flashbacks that we seen earlier with Rocky's birth, all that fantastical shit he was saying in the beginning about
at the beach, all of
that, like he starts remembering that his mom was crying, his mom was sad because Alamein was actually gone.
Yeah.
So all the flashbacks that we seen in the beginning were false. It was bullshit, Maybe it was a way to show how Boy sees his father, obviously, right? And then after going through everything that he went through, and now he's sitting there zooted on the ledge, he's like, wait a minute. He wasn't there for any of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he remembers his mom crying at the beach, but then he remembers the birth of Rocky and how Alamein actually wasn't even there.
It was just his grandma.
It was just his grandma.
Yeah.
And then, there's that frame that I wrote in the note. There's this shot where, like, it's from Rocky's point of view, and it's literally like the world that he's looking at is upside down. You know what I'm saying? His world is literally upside down. You know what I mean? But that's like, that shows how far Rocky is going, like physically, and then he falls over the edge. Falls over the edge into the river. And I was like, oh, shit. I don't remember that part when I watched it back in Softball. I was like, oh, no. Is he dead? Please don't tell me he's dead. And then, where does it go from there, bro?
He wakes up.
He wakes up and sees his mom sitting on the wood there, on the driftwood.
Oh, yeah.
She looks back at him to make sure he's okay.
Watching over him, bro.
Oh my gosh. And it still continues to, like, his misimagining, or I guess he sees his mom in certain things now.
Yeah.
Where he's got a blanket over him. Like, he's soaked in the water, but he's got a blanket over him. So someone's taking care of him. He looks back up to where his mom was, and instead of his mom, it's that weirdo guy that he was throwing rocks at earlier.
Man.
Who took care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So Kelly comes down to the bridge. She's like, boy, you got to come back. Some crazy stuff's going on.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the darkness, the drunkenness, and kind of panic that Shogun or Alamein is going through.
Yep.
And he's sitting down in his chair, no gang, no friends, no family, and a sparkler shows in the distance.
Yeah.
And Rocky comes up in his roller skates, and he gets to the smooth part of the garage, and he glides to his father. And he puts his hand on his head, trying to use his powers for good.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually he apologizes to his dad. He says, I'm sorry for what I did to mom.
And
Alamein is like drunk, and I'd be super emotional right there.
Yeah, he was shook, bro. He was shook. He leans in. He leans into Rocky.
Yeah, he grabs him.
And but doesn't do or say anything. He's just.
I didn't think it was going to be violent there. I definitely thought that was opening for like a scene of like connection, like head to head breakdown, possibly. We don't find out because Boy comes in. Get your hands off him!
Get your hands off him! Don't touch him!
Don't touch him,
bro. Those smacks were fucking hard.
Man, were they, bro? He didn't look like he was, doing the good old acting. You know what I mean?
No,
slapping that fool.
I feel like Taika was like, "Go ahead, no, really do it."
Yeah.
Really get into it. He's got like the remains of the money all eaten up, torn up by the goat.
Mm-hmm.
He gives it to his dad. Here's your treasure. My goat ate it. And he's like, what the hell? He looks up, smack.
Yeah.
What the hell? Smack. Two freaking smacks to his face. And he's like, well, what the hell is going on right now? And freaking Boy is all up in his chest. He's like trying to fight his dad, struggling. His dad's like, whoa, yo, chill out.
Wait, stop it. Wait, no.
It's like,
chill out.
I don't remember you. You weren't there when he was born. You weren't there when she died. Where were you?
Doesn't answer.
Oh.
Got
and
your
Boy,
stupid ass, Taika.
Boy is like, I thought I was like you, but I'm not. I don't have any potential.
Oh, I love that part because him saying that just show and him doing that just showed he had all the potential in the world, bro.
Yeah.
The fact that he was able to see that as an 11-year-old boy and be like, you know what? Nah, you're actually a piece of shit, dude. Get the fuck away from me and my brother.
Yeah.
He's starting to realize his potential. What a great scene. Great
So
fucking yeah, this scene is so good. This movie is so good, bro. So from there, yeah, man, from there, boy wakes up and Alamein is gone. You know, he's not there anymore. He wakes up the next day and he gets him and his peoples to clean up all the mess. You know, they're over there cleaning up the house after everything that Alamein did to it. And boy heads to the garage and finds the Crazy Horse's patch torn off of the jacket that Alamein was wearing and on the ground. He looks at it. He's like, man, whatever. And then he turns in that same scene, turns and looks, and the carving that because he also said that Alamein was like a master carver, right?
Yeah.
Which actually wasn't bullshit because he says that because like, do you still carve? He's like, no, I don't have time for that. And then he showed, you know, and boy had his own little carving that he was basing off of Alamein's old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, he was just like, yeah, I'm not done with it. He's like, yeah, I know you're not done with it. You haven't gotten to the eyes.
Eyes of the very last part.
The very last part. And then he looks at his carving. And there's now two, is it like diamonds? Yeah, two diamond looking eyes or like metal.
Like iridescent stones. I want to say
like gems, like nice, you know, really nice looking gems. And they were put in by Alamein. And, you know, that was like, that's just another example of Alamein being able to be redeemed because it's like, okay, you know what? I fucked up. I you know, maybe I can do something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was like the first part. Like, oh, he's not all bad.
Yeah, he's not all bad.
At least he finished this carving for his son or something like that.
Yeah.
Then Grandma's home. Grandma comes home. Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, right? All that took place within a week. What the feezy? Like a week, bro.
Grandma's home. Yeah, it's great to see. Now the boys are walking along the town, walking along the river, gonna go see their friends. Rocky's like, where's Dad? So boy just tells him another lie.
Yeah.
He's in Japan. Training to be a samurai.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be back later, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Just so like he'll, I don't know, stop asking questions, or just to tell him like he didn't abandon us or something. Give him a better, you know, being the big brother, trying to soften it for him. Right. And so he goes and he meets with all his friends, and all his friends are like, yeah, well, welcome back. Thank you.
Feel cool, man.
Good to have you back. Yeah. Dynasty, whose wounds have still not healed from the beating that her dad gave her after the weed was stolen. Mm-hmm. Freaking boy walks over there. No words are said. He just lights a sparkler, gives it to her, and all is forgiven. What the hell for a sparkler?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That scene got me, bro.
That's the innocence of kids, man. You know, when you're a kid, you can fuck up so much, but like stuff like that, like, hey, man, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but I remember anytime me and my friends were mad at each other, if there was food involved, I was forgiven.
You know, it's hard to say sorry when you're a kid unless somebody's making you say it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't saying sorry to kids willingly.
Nah, hell no. Fuck them.
You know? Yeah, fuck them. Yeah. Yeah, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
All right, Michael
If you don't know,
yeah.
If you don't know I'm sorry, then I'm sorry.
You know? But yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. That scene got me, man, when he gave the sparkler to Dynasty, bro. It's just full circle, bro. Full circle moment. And that was a great way to apologize to her without apologizing to her. But he definitely should have apologized to her. He kind of fucked her over. Real bad. Got her.
Yo, for real. The whole time, didn't recognize her, got her look, didn't like hang out with her friends, totally thought he was just going to carry them and move them to the city.
For real.
Yeah, I don't think he deserved to have the apology accepted so quickly. Definitely. But,
okay.
But all that is like left kind of untied, right? Tied up, but not all the way buttoned up, I guess. And a lot of it, I feel like, leaves up to your imagination. And also, really, you never get the full tie-up in a story just because, in real life at least.
Yeah.
But the boys then leave and go to the graveyard where they see their dad sitting next to their mom's grave.
Mm-hmm.
So they enter and they sit across from him. They sit opposite him. And they're just looking at each other, trying to decide how this is going to move forward. The dad, if he's done with the crazy horses and all this like other stuff since he tore it off, like is he ready to, or is this just where he's been beaten into at this moment?
Yeah.
We don't know because the movie ends right there with Rocky asking, "So how was Japan?"
Yeah.
That was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Man.
Yo, and that is Boy. Oh, an amazing Maori thriller at the end.
The montage, yeah, at the end.
Bro, what? Yeah, bro. That was so hard, man.
That was dope.
Oh, I love that
They
shit.
redid Thriller, but as like half as a haka. They had the girls with the poi balls also. It was going to the song that was playing during the intro. That was a dope way to wrap it up.
I think if you Google Boy or like scenes from the movie, that's the first scene that pops up most of the time. Is the Thriller scene. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. We're seeing the themes of potential. It takes a village. You know, these kids were just by themselves. We also see the romanticization. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but you know what I mean. Of like your heroes or your parents or your memories or just like traumatic, like having to, I'll figure out the word I'm looking for. Going through traumatic stuff and having to make it make sense, or that's not what I'm looking for. But having to trick yourself into like remembering it a certain way, so that like lying to yourself so you feel better. But as a kid, like traumatic memories and stuff, the way they come up. Right. Yeah, I thought this was great. You want to get into final scores?
Hell yeah. Well, let me ask Forrest something, man. Forrest, what was the biggest theme that stuck out to you when you watched this movie, bro?
The biggest theme?
Yeah, the biggest theme for you.
Just the maturation between like, you know what I mean? Because we're all males in the Pacific community. Yeah. You know, in the Pacific community, like I feel like just growing up that way, like Alamein, the way like he was so immature, a lot of us are able to do. You see a lot of our friends, our cousins, us as well. Certain times, like look at some of the dudes that we know that are still gangbanging in their late 30s, late 40s, or like just again from the movie Bunch of Warriors, Jake the Muss, the way he lived his life, like never held down a steady job, or was always having parties at the house. You know what I mean? Trying to hold on to that. Like, you know, he loved his kids, but he was never really like a father to them, you know, teaching them fatherly things. And just the cycle that creates between father and the son, and then his son and his son, and then also the way kids deal with trauma and death. When you see Rocky, you know, didn't know his mom or anything, but I don't know if that's the word you're looking for. Like the way he kind of just put everything into a box and like made up his own mind. Like he used his imagination to get through all of that, you know. Also help from his brother, who told him that the only reason his mom died was because he had superpowers, and the mom couldn't handle he was so powerful when he was born, but that he had to go use his powers for good. You know, so just the innocence that kids have, and their loss of innocence after a while, you know, just like that's tough. I've like, you definitely as a kid, I don't know, like when there's got to be someone that was a hero to you as a kid, you know what I mean? And then now that you're older, like you guys were saying, like, you know, if you were younger and you couldn't remember it, but now that you're older, the way Boy actually saw how things were, I'm pretty sure now that you think about it with some of the people that you like, you know what I mean, thought were heroes.
Up to, yeah.
Now you can kind of now you see it differently because you're older, and you know that it wasn't all like like you said, you romanticized it as a kid, but now you see the truth to it, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
You didn't have any. You didn't have any experience. Like he literally didn't have any experience with his dad.
Yeah,
context.
Yeah, so he built all that in his mind to, to make up for the lack of time that he's had with his father, and then experience that he gained from actually dealing with his father. He was like, you know what, dude, you're kind of terrible.
Yeah,
you weren't there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, great point. So yeah, we can definitely get into final scores. Well,
final scores. All right, starting from rewatchability out to legacy.
Okay.
All right, rewatchability on a scale of 1 or 2.
Oh, we're starting from rewatchability. Okay, I put 2.
I also have the full 2 points. Forrest?
Yeah.
Here, I'll keep your score here for you.
Definitely a 2.
Yeah, 2, bro.
I'm definitely gonna watch it again. If not this week, this month, or it's going to be, definitely 2024. I'm going to see this movie again. And I want to. I want to watch it more deeply.
Yeah. Pick it apart some more.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely going to get a chance to do that on the review when we go into it again.
Oh,
casting out of 3. I gave this a full 3, just as all Pasefika actors, performers on that alone. I give it a full 3. What about you, Marcus?
I also gave it a full 3, man. Everybody in there was cast perfectly, bro. And they all did their roles perfectly to the T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forrest, out of 3, how do you feel the casting fit the characters?
Definitely a 3. All for the reasons you guys just said, but also because a lot of the characters in there were kids, and just the way they were able to, like, you know what I mean? You could imagine yourself growing up in New Zealand with them, and that's exactly how it would be. You know what I mean?
For real.
So
those kid actors are fucking terrible.
Right. Like, because they're kid actors. They haven't done it very long. But those guys, it looked like they weren't acting. It looked like, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of just picked up kids, and these kids were like, yeah, fuck, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And just kind of lived their lives on camera. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Next category, soundtrack out of a possible 5. Marcus, what do you have?
I put a 4. I put 4.
I also put 4.
Yeah. There weren't like any standout tracks, but each song did match the emotion of the scene. So it was pretty cool. I think the best part, or the best song to me was when the boy title card came up. Pass the dodgy body left hand side. Yeah, that one, or the intro before boy was giving the presentation.
That one, that song, which also plays at the outro, I think, was one of my favorites. Out of a possible 5, Forrest, what do you have for soundtrack?
I'll give it a 5, man, because anytime I get to see or hear like Pasefika music on a big screen, you know what I mean? International film, it might not have been as big here in the United States, but Australia and New Zealand, which is almost like in a world of their own. The movie was pretty big, really well received, like at all the international film festivals. So I think I'd give it a 5 because without the music, I don't know if a lot of people outside of Pasefika culture are going to be like invested into the movie as much.
Fair enough. Shit.
For cinematography, power of the look, the shots that are in this movie, out of a possible 6 points, I give it a full 6.
Me too.
Forrest, what about you?
A 6, and a lot of it, like, you couldn't explain it better than the way Marcus did it, like the frame by frame and how it took you into the next frame, and you didn't know whether it was going to be like, you know what I mean? Take you, the emotions that the frame took you on, the filming, like, you were just like, oh shit. Like how you were saying about, he's thinking about, like all his stuff he did with his dad and his mom when they were alive, and then all of a sudden, at the last frame, is of his mom's feet in the bloody sheet. You know what I mean? So, like, you're like, oh shit, damn, this cool. The way he remembers his family, like, you know what I mean? There were outings, and then the last thing he remembers is his mom on her deathbed, with Rocky. So, things like that. Yeah, the framing and the beginning, like the scene in the beginning, like you said, was pretty dope. And the way I imagined it was how the kids in the classroom were just like, oh shit, well, this is what he's saying. This is how I imagine what he's saying. So.
Like, he
classic
definitely,
Taika Waititi.
man, like his shots definitely do a good job of like showing you instead of telling. right? Because
Yeah.
we know at the beginning that like their mom is dead, but we don't know how. And what a way to show you how she died. You know
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, it was pretty brutal. You think about it, just seeing a bloody sheet, her feet, and like her holding the baby and him peeking through. That's brutal, man. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
That was well done. Well, and then our next category, editing and directing, out of a possible 7, kind of ties into that. Yeah. I gave it a full 7. I feel like even for the pacing, the like frames, putting it all together, but even like evoking all the actors to give the performances that they did and the way it was put together. Maybe I'm biased, but I thought it was full 7.
I also gave it a full 7. I gave it a full 7 for those same reasons, bro. Like it's a pretty quick 90 minutes. Like nothing drags.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's no wasted space, there's no filler. Like as far as even the dialogue I guess dialogue will come later, but like like everything just serves its purpose. Every shot, there's no wasted shot. You know what I'm saying? And the pace is perfect from beginning to end to me. So full 7.
What about you, Forrest? Editing and directing.
Yeah, definitely a full 7 because like everything in the movie seems seamless from scene to scene to scene. So like you didn't have a problem with anything. Like Marcus said, they told the story and you could see it. I mean, sometimes when people tell stories, you kind of just you have a problem seeing what they're trying to tell you. But in the movie, the way he told the stories, editing and everything, you could just you could see everything. So that was pretty dope.
Straight up.
Nice. All right. So as far as the actors, the acting in this movie, out of a possible 8, I gave it a full 8. I like the characters. I like the cast. I definitely think they all did great jobs at showing what they were supposed to show of their characters, and even like the backstories of their characters was even I felt like included in a lot of their stuff. Like so they knew how they would be acting. But what about you guys, Marcus? For acting, what do you got?
Yeah, no, same thing. I got a full 8. I wanted to give them some leeway because they are kid actors, and we've established that most are kind of shit. But these. But these guys were really good. They were cast really well, and you know they don't have to do much. They could just be themselves. They could be kids. So they were cast perfectly. Taika as Alamein killed that shit.
Oh
you know what I'm saying? He really made me feel like he was a piece of shit.
All the cutscenes.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, all the extra shit he was doing with the dancing and the thriller cover art. That was hilarious. Like he went above and beyond. And also James Rolleston, the boy. He was a great lead, bro. He was so good. You know? So, yeah full 8.
Forrest, acting out of 8 points.
Yeah, definitely an 8. All for the reasons Marcus just said.
Yeah.
But also, like the little characters, not the little characters. There's no real little characters in the movie, but the background characters, like his friends, like they were funny as shit. Like you know what I mean? Just for the little parts they were in, they were hilarious. You know, and like you know, Dynasty, the way she roasted my guy, and then his cousin, I thought was the funniest because she had like the one-liners, and it was just like you know what I mean, like. One of your cousins, like, you know what I mean? You always have that cousin at a function, like, you pop in and she has, like, the worst thing to say about it. You're like, oh, not this fool again. You know what I mean? Like,
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, I was laughing so hard at that. And again, like, you know, his aunt, who we see in a lot of Pasefika movies, funny, she was also a voice in Soul, the Disney movie Soul.
Oh, yeah?
So she's one of the voices. Yeah, she's one of the voices in that, too. Nice. I mean, even his grandma, we see her like twice or maybe once because we don't see her actually. We see her in the car leaving. We don't see her. We just see her in the car leaving in the beginning. But when she comes home and she pops out, seeing the kids, you can see like, I mean, it's a small thing, but seeing her enjoyment of hugging all the kids when she gets back home, bro, she doesn't even pull into the house. She stops at the top of the road and all the kids are running out to the car. You know what I mean? And that's real. Like, you know what I mean? She just stops at the top of the road. All the kids run out there, and they're all hugging us. So, yeah, that was that 8, definitely.
Out of the last 2 categories, we have script out of a possible 9 points. Marcus, what do you got?
I gave it a full 9. I gave it a full 9, bro. I feel like it was well written, bro. Like I said earlier, like there's no wasted dialogue and everything serves a purpose. Like what you hear in the beginning, that could definitely get brought up later, and most of it does. But I want to hear what you got to say about this because you said plot holes. But I give this a straight 9 out of 9. It's greatly written.
Forrest, what do you have for Boy's script and writing out of a possible 9 points?
I'll give it a 9 because it's a different story. Like for us, not for like that part of the world, but for us who grew up like different from them, like especially not just lifestyle or like, you know what I mean, where they grew up at, but also because for us that would be considered a foreign film, you know, because it's not in the American genre of film. It wasn't really brought out here and advertised as, you know, a big film. But so, yeah, just for us being able to see the script and like, you know what I mean? I'm definitely sure that the two of you both were like
seeing ourselves in there.
Yeah. So that's always going to be top for me. Like if I can like, especially that, man, because like, literally growing up, I know we grew up like tons more Americanized than in the movie, but if you spend time in Samoan, like you guys, you could definitely see yourself in some of those situations. So, yeah.
All right. So I was thinking, right? Like there's a lot of loose ends.
Yeah.
Right? Does Rocky really have powers? Does it, like show me some real concrete evidence that that's going to happen? What happens with the dad after? Does he stay? Like there's a lot of stuff that we don't find the ending to. And in talking over the last hour and a half with you guys, I've realized that that's actually a good thing, the way it's written, because it makes you imagine, even like it grips your mind into it even more, because you're like, well, this and that. Like a lot of times when we're talking on the show, people are like, oh, keep talking about this, but the movie will like veer off into something else, and I'm like, oh, I want them to explore more of that. But I think that's really, and I think they do, like, Rocky obviously doesn't have powers. He says it Boy says it at the end. He thinks he has powers. He doesn't. But you see the way that the thought of having those powers affects him throughout the movie. And, like, he was told that, and it changes his person, his character. That is where the realness of the whole power story is. That is where a lot of the answers are being given throughout the movie, not just at the end. And in realizing that, I'm giving this a 9 out of 9 for the writing.
Go, Lance. We made him a believer for us. Let's go.
Amen.
That was great.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, the final category out of all the combined 50 points, this one is a big one. Legacy out of 10. Legacy is like how many people remember the movie, how much the movie is incorporated in today's life, how if you've seen it earlier, but Marcus, out of a possible 10, what do you have for Boy?
I gave it a straight up 10, bro. I gave it a 10.
Legacy on 10.
Legacy on 10. It catapulted Taika's career. It's a great representation of us and like more people outside of our culture to get familiar with the Pasefika people and cinema. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there are many, like there are a lot of quotables in here, but the one that sticks out the most, you know what I'm saying? The one that sticks out the most with Chardonnay. That shit, dude, I'll quote that for the rest of my life, bro. And this, like the writing in this shit is just like, there's so many quotables in here that it's hard to choose from. So for me, this impacted me a lot, bro. Like this quickly turned into one of my favorite movies ever. Nice. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think a lot more people know. I feel like a lot more modern, like Pasefika people know more about this movie than Once We're Warriors. That might be a reach, though. That might be a reach. But
know about it or have seen it?
I think know about it. I think more people have seen Once We're Warriors than Boy.
of the new I feel like of the new generation, more people might have seen Boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But know more about Once Were Warriors, right?
Yeah.
But definitely, I feel like luckily a lot of people have seen this movie, at least recently too.
Yeah. I mean, this won hella awards, bro. And this was like on a shoestring budget, bro. This is literally one of Taika's first after Eagle versus Shark.
Yep.
Forrest, what do you legacy out of 10?
Yeah. Where you at?
Definitely a 10. Definitely a 10. Man, there's not like anywhere I go and I start talking about, especially if we start talking about movies, I'm always trying to introduce this to people who aren't part of our culture. But if I could, like all my nieces and nephews, you can tell them this has to be the first movie that I try to introduce to all of them. Like when I'm talking to them about movies, like, bro, you guys seen Boy? And they're like, no. So anytime I have my nieces and nephews I know who haven't seen it, they sit down with me and watch it. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, shit, it's cool. So I always try to introduce that to them. They get to see it. And like Marcus said, the awards are crazy on the movie. The things that you like, Mark, of course, that's going to be the number one. I don't know how many times I've gotten high with my friends, and then, you know what I mean? Like a girl passes by and all of us are like, hey, you want to see my Michael Jackson moves? You know what I mean? Or like
dance moves. Hey, Chardonnay.
Hey, Chardonnay.
That everywhere now, bro. Hey, Chardonnay.
Or if we're in the bar and all the boys, if they're like, again, if we're like looking at some girl somewhere and one of us is always gonna look at the other one and make fun of it, like, look at me. You know what I mean? And then you turn around and you're like, man, fuck you, man. You know what I mean? So like Mark said, the quotables are and they relate to us so much, man. And the legacy, just being able to, so it's taken, like it's shot, the timing is supposed to be like, definitely like late 80s, early 90s, and it's still like it doesn't matter the time frame that the movie's in. It's still classic today. Like it's always gonna be classic, but like even people who watch it today can still like it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you didn't grow up in like the 80s. Yeah, you know what I mean? They can, they still they get down with the movie. So yeah, man, like 10, definitely 10.
I wanted to think like legacy wise there wasn't enough reach, like it didn't reach me personally even until sitting down for this show for the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit. So I wanted to take points off for that, or that it wasn't like really American, and then I had to snap out of that American mindset that we are the only country that matters.
But think about this. You did get to see it. Doesn't matter when. That's how strong the reach is. Like you said, just think about what you just said. Like, oh, I had to get out of my American mind frame, but you didn't, and the movie still reached you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Forrest.
So the movie still reached you. That's legacy, man. Like, even if you had never met me and Marcus, I know there will probably be some other Pasefika dude that you hung out with was gonna be like, "Hey, you ever watch Boy?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't know, but until this situation happened, I had never watched this movie all the way through. Definitely heard some of the jokes, seen some of the clips, but this is what actually got me to watch it. It might have been years, decades, if ever, I would have watched this movie. But
that's fair.
Yeah, you're right in that it did happen. It is one of the most influential movies of our people, and that's why we're reviewing it here on the Starter Kit. But as far as legacy and overall legacy, I gave it a 9 out of 10. All the good points brought it back up to launching Taika. The actors in here, we definitely see some legendary characters and people in here. But I give it a 9 for a final score.
Okay.
Of 48 out of 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
Marcus, you got a 49 out of 50.
Oh yeah.
And Forrest gave it our very first 50 out of 50.
Yeah.
I am honored.
Boy now ranks as the highest ranked movie in the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit, both in total score and on average.
With good reason. This movie is incredible, bro.
I'm telling you. Like,
this movie's friggin' incredible.
And imagine how fun it must have been to shoot it. I mean, it must have been so fun to write it. Man.
You know?
Yeah.
That is Boy by Taika Waititi in 2010, New Zealand film. So you guys would recommend people watch this? Anybody and everybody? Only certain people?
No, and everybody.
Anybody and everybody, yeah.
If you are a fan of movies or just want to see Polynesian people on film depicted right and kind of laugh, you know what I'm saying? Actually laugh a lot and then get sad, kind of. Yeah. Watch this movie, bro.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Watch this movie.
Yeah. It gave you every emotion, man.
Yeah.
You were happy, you were
mad,
happy, you were sad, you were mad, and then, you know what I mean? You felt remorse, so that was pretty dope.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Yeah. Well done, guys. We did it.
We did it.
We broke down Boy.
Hell yeah.
Boris, appreciate you for coming on, man. Thank you very much. I know you're up there, you got stuff going on, but thank you for making the time and taking the time. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the invite. And again, that's the reach this movie has. I dropped everything just to be talking about it.
Keep telling him, Boris. Keep telling him.
Bumping up the legacy rating.
Let's go. Yeah. That's a 9.5 on Lance's scale. It's a 9.5 now. Yes. Hey, man. If y'all made it this far, we appreciate y'all, man. Again, thanks. Pasefika Movie Starter Kit. Go watch Boy now, or we'll pick you up.
Yeah, egg.
All of you. Yeah, egg.
You big egg.
Yeah, friggin' scrambled egg, poached egg, fried egg. You're all eggs.
Look, go make some crayfish. Milk and bread. Sit down and watch this movie.
All the credits were out.
Yeah.